Okay, now, critique for Tom.
Okay. People are not going to have any empathy for your characters at all, because there's no reason for us to root for them, because you don't tell us anything about them. Why are they doing any of this? They didn't ever. There was never once was there a he thought, she thought this, they did that. There's fast paced, but that is so fast paced. We don't know what the weather is. We don't know nothing. We don't know if there's a breeze blowing. Is it raining? There was absolutely no description.
This was covered in the first part. Like I said, this was page 8.
Every scene.
Oh, okay.
I don't want them. Every scene, you have to step in every scene and paint a bit. And this is funny coming from me, who's always moaning about how everybody writes too flowery. But even I, in every scene, I write, she turned to him and the sun glistened off the hoods of the cars, and she said this or that. They jumped from here, they went to there, and I have no reason to root for them, because I don't know whether they're good people or bad people, whatever. There wasn't once Tony thought to myself, oh, I hope we get away, or whatever it is, or this or that. Everyone knew he was a good guy and this and that, but there was no reason for me to root for them. It was just a bunch of people running around.
Well, like he said, that was an excerpt, right?
Well,
that wasn't from, you didn't get
all
the,
that up.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I was
The
very
part I
engaged.
heard.
Right.
That's I'm just saying.
Yeah, the first
Right.
page.
For me, I would say I got a lot out of
I was
what
very
the
engaged
characters
in it.
were
Yeah.
in that. I loved Gwen. I instantly thought she's a super tough broad. I love super tough women. And
She is hardcore.
automatically, it would just make me read that book right there, because she was super cool. And then they both seemed to be super knowledgeable about what they were doing. I'm going to stop using the word super now. But they both seemed to be very knowledgeable about what they were doing. They both seemed to talk like they knew the people around them. They've been here. They've done this. This was old hat for them. They were, they really did draw me in to make me want to know where they were going, what they were doing, why they were there, how they got to be like that. And especially her, I think she comes across like, fast driving, shooting, jumping in airplanes, jumping out of cars,
Right.
All that stuff. Love her.
Yeah.
And I learned a
Me
new
too.
swear word. Shithouse
I heard him
mouse.
giggle over here. What was it? Shithouse?
Shithouse mouse.
Shithouse mouse.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
never heard that.
No, me either.
and I'll tell you, one of the things that was kind of interesting was how you define the plane. Because, as people that do smuggling and things, they try to find different ways to not get shot down, not get captured, what's going on, especially when they're coming from some place where they shouldn't be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll say later on, the old hippie whose name is Gnarly.
Love that name.
He will tell them, he says, they'll be flying in at night, and they'll be under the radar, and this is, if somebody gets a visual on us, they'll think we're part of an antique air show. There's a C-47 at Camp Landing that looks just like this.
Yeah.
And see, and there's a good example of some of the things we've been talking about tonight too, is, see, you're coming in page 8, so you've missed all that prelim stuff that
Right.
kind of sets it up, so you get a sense as to why they're there, why they're doing what
I've
they're
already
doing.
promised that to another group. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, we got 2 seconds. Okay.
Personally, though, for me, I would have read that book if it started right there.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I thought it
think
was very,
starting right
exciting.
there where it's so exciting,
Action.
I would want to keep reading and know
Yeah.
what was going to happen right there, and then maybe fill in the filler stuff after you put that stuff.
A lot of
just
action.
Like we were saying
Yeah.
to Rick.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like it didn't put a lot of flowery stuff in it. The thrillers don't have all the flowery stuff. And you got rid of all that, which is good. That's the part for me that ruins a great thriller. So by not good over description, just that you gotta have to make the thing move forward. Did a good job of that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read the last 4 or 5 pages at another group. I mean, they've already heard the end of the story. Yeah, I won't tell you what it is, because it's kind of sad. But, yeah, I promised in the first part. I said, well, gosh, this is a pretty good bunch here of aspiring authors. I got to give them something really good.
Well, thank
Everything.
you.
No, it was.
Thank you. It was very good. Let's give a hand
you.
to Tom. Yay!